Hello team, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Very good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, ma'am.
Varnit, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Nandita ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Good, ma'am.
All right. So this is your batch.
Yeah, ma'am.
All right, these are your students. How are
Yeah,
they?
Yeah, they're good.
Okay. What's the general feedback for the batch?
General feedback is good, apart from few people are facing some issues with relation to the articulations, and
I
some
see.
people are weak in English, but rest of the batch, overall, the batch is good in
Okay.
comparison to the past batch. And in
Okay.
fact, everybody will be able to cater well and get their dreams of becoming an investment banker realized. So overall, the batch is good. Apart from few people have some communication related problems, so they're working hard on overcoming the same.
All right. Okay. So I have access to their mock scores. What is the strength of the batch, sir?
Approximately one student have basically have requested for the transfer. I think that approximately the batch strength is around 10.
Okay.
So two people were not there in the last mock, so they have not given their mock. One was Yogesh and one was Akhil. Apart from this, everybody have given.
All right. Okay. Fine. Right. Can you guys see me? Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, all the way from Bangalore. Yeah. So that's the beauty of connecting through the data and the network, right? We get to see, discuss, talk, and do everything sitting in one place, right? All right, students, a very warm welcome for your program manager intervention. My name is Nandita Nadik, and I am the program manager for all the finance courses across India for Emarticus. And today I will be spending about an hour with your batch just to talk to you and give you a glimpse of how the investment banking operations work in the in the market, and also what is expected out of you if you want to if you want the right start for your investment banking ops career. The only prerequisite to make this program manager intervention successful is active participation from my students, right? Varnit and I, we are all part of the same team, which is training team, right? So all of you have come, you have completed your a long journey of CIBOP, and you still have one or two topic left in level 3 before you give your final mock. And if you are eligible, if you have performed well in your final mock, you will be put in the placement pool. But throughout the program, if you have seen, Varnit's and my teams, our teams, focus has always been able to help the student to upskill their knowledge, one, and also help the student in articulating their answers whenever a specific question is asked in an interview, right? This is the goal of we as faculties. If you would have observed that we work a little differently from the academicians in your college. What is the role of an academician? The academician comes into the class, delivers lectures and assesses your domain knowledge and passes you or fails you and in your class, right? But for a trainer, we work a little differently. Our job is to not only upskill you in this short span of 3.5, 4 months of your course, but also ensure that you are able to articulate your answer and present your answer in front of the interviewers whenever you get a chance, right? So, and that is the reason why from the day one, Varnit's and our team's job is to ensure that we not only impart knowledge, but also ensure that, you are able to express and present your answers better. And that is the reason why we have a lot of milestones throughout the CIBOP journey in terms of level 1 mocks, level 2 mocks, and final mocks, where we constantly assess students' capability to articulate answers, right? Now, I have your scores. Let me share my screen with you and I'll go through your scores. Can everybody see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. How many of you did not give your mocks? Can you give me your names?
Piyush, ma'am.
Piyush.
Yogesh.
Piyush, Yogesh, and
Akhil.
sorry,
Akhil.
Akhil. Can I know the reason why you have not given your level 2 mocks? They are extremely important. Why did you miss giving your mocks? Piyush,
No, actually, I was ill, and after that, I took my vaccination. That is why.
you were ill because of the vaccination?
Oh, ma'am, before that, I was ill. I had diarrhea, and after that, at the time of like when I had to give my mocks, I took my
Mhm.
second jab. That is why I was ill, so I was not able to give it.
All right, Piyush, did you inform sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, great. Okay. But you know what? This is an opportunity lost, no?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. In your final mocks, you have to make up for this, okay?
Sure,
Yogesh?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, my father was not well, and because of that, not only mocks, I have missed earlier, or I guess 2 or 3 weeks. I have not attend the classes as well. So that's the reason. And there were some one or more family issues. That's the reason I was unable to attend the classes and unable to give mock test.
Okay, how are you going to make up for this lost opportunity?
Uh,
How are you working on?
I have worked on it and I have managed some of the things. And day before yesterday, I had a word with Vanit sir, and as I just requested him that yes, I am now in a situation to continue now. So yes, I will manage a bit,
Okay.
and I'll do
So
that.
first thing you need to do is watch recorded videos of your sessions, right?
Yes, I have started. I will start from today itself.
All right, better, huh?
Mhm.
Otherwise, you won't be able to cope up with, you know, clearing your final mocks. Yes?
I do understand.
Okay. Akhil?
Yes, ma'am. My mom was not well. She was admitted in hospital, and
Mhm.
I have already told that to Vanessa. So
All
that's
right.
why
Okay. Have you missed other classes or was it just the mocks?
just a mom.
It was just mocks. Okay. How is your mother now?
She's well.
She's better? All right. Great.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, folks, all I want to let you know this is in your grade book, level 1, level 2, and final mocks do have a significant amount of weightage, right? Your level 1 mock has around 20% of weightage, and level 2 mock has around 25% of weightage, and level 3 has around 30% of weightage. So if you have lost out on this opportunity of giving your level 2, which means to say that you've already lost 20%, right? And if others are competing against you for 100 marks, for you, your total marks is already reduced to 80, right? And that is why I keep saying it's a lost opportunity, especially the mocks. Okay. And Harsha, what was the feedback given to you? Now, do you know how our mock sheet template looks? Do you know what constitutes your mock sheet template and how is on what parameters you are, you are scored? You're measured, actually. You're measured. Do you know that?
No.
Varnit, do students know? No, right? I think it will be a better idea it will be a better idea to tell students prior hand.
Well, scores are not being shared as of now with the students. It is already pending to be shared at the end of government's team.
Okay.
So these scores are not shared with the students as of now, right?
All right. So if I showcase them now, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. All right. Okay. Now just give me a minute here. All right, students. Sorry for that. All right. Now your mocks, even your final mocks, this is how it is going to happen. Throughout the CIBOP journey, you have level 1 mocks, level 2, and your final mocks, right? Yeah. So here, what happens here is 50% of weightage in your interviews, mock interviews, will be given to soft skills, right? And another 50% will be given to your domain knowledge. I'm sure sir would have asked you in your level 2 interviews, tell me about yourself, walk me through your resume. All these are soft skills questions, and these are one of the basic and the first few questions that an interviewer might ask. And because these questions are very generic in nature, you have a very, very good chance of impressing the interviewer, right? When you answer these questions to the point impressively, it will leave a mark and it will leave a deep impact in your conversation with your interviewer, right? And of course, the another 50% is the domain. Now, under soft skills, what parameters do we consider? Presentability, extremely important. If you're going for an investment banking operations interview, or even when sir is taking your interview, you're requested to dress in formals, right? And come well groomed, right? So presentability and body language, extremely important. Confidence, tone, and pace. How are you pacing your answers? Are you too slow? Are you too fast? Right? Are you very meek? You know, and how confident are you of your answers? English speaking skills. Unfortunately, we work yeah, in investment banking operations career profiles where spoken English becomes extremely important, right? And that is the reason why we measure students in English speaking skills as well, and ability to express ideas in clear and concise manner, and ability to listen and correctly interpret messages and facts. Basically, we measure students listening skills also, because in an IB, listening skills are paramount importance. So here, what happens here? You're scored on a level of 1 to 5, 5 being 1 to 5, yeah, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. Okay. Domain is very simple. Domain are domain questions, topics where you can get asked any questions from level 1, 2 questions from level 1 topic, and the remaining questions can get asked from the level 2 topics, right? And again, you're scored from 1 to 5. Now, it's the average. What sir has taken here is the average. If your soft skill is 3, domain is 3.17, your an average score is 3.08. So what does 3.08 score mean for the trainers and for the placements team? This is how the scorecard goes, right? If you get greater than or equal to 4.5 score and above, you're rated as a T1 candidate. T1 candidate. if you get a score between 4 to 4.5, you are T2, right? If your score is between 3 to 3.9, you are a T3 candidate. If you get below 3, you are a reject candidate. Okay. Now, each student should ensure that you get a score of above 4 out of 5 if you want to make it to the creamy layer of the investment banking ops. What does that mean? When I interact with my client, Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan or Morgan Stanley, they tell me that, Nandita, from your CIBOP, I only need students, okay, whose profile you can share it with me, and those students' profiles should be, only request is I want them with excellent soft skills and excellent domain knowledge. This is what they ask me, and they are very, very strict in their criteria. They're very strict in their filtrations. And because these are the clients whom we have been servicing for a really long time, we also want to forward them the best of profiles we have. And that's why I time and again tell my students that if you want a great head start for your career, you have to aim to get scores greater than 4, right? You agree that CIBOP is a very, very niche course where you will be imparted knowledge for about 3.5 to 4 months. We are in a very sweet spot, right? And trust me, and I'm sure you also know by now, CIBOP is a very easy course, right? We are just the level 1 of a CFA course. CFA takes 1.5 years of completion if you complete within the first attempt. But this is not like that. It's easy, it's quick, and you will be moved into placement bucket. And if you do well in placements, then you get to decide, you get to choose with whom you want to work for. That is the potential of this course. And that is why 3.5 to 4 months of sincere efforts from the student will fetch you these scores, most definitely. And this is the third program manager intervention I'm doing today, right? Today morning I did for a Pune and a Thane batch. Now this is for you. And in the evening, again, I have for another batch for Hyderabad. And this is what I share with each and every batch after batch, that please aim, don't even look below 3. Below 4 for that matter, if you want to get into GSMS, okay, etc. Right? This is the criteria. Now, coming back here, Veena, for you, if you're 3.8, you are a T3 student. Harsha, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, hi. All right. What was the feedback given to you, Harsha? Did sir give you any feedback? Something that you can take home and work? What was the feedback? Harsha?
Not audible.
I'm not audible now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what was the feedback received from sir?
Ma'am, I'm not good in articulation and I'm getting nervous at the time. Little bit nervous.
Okay, all right. Okay, some of the generic observation is student getting nervous, unable to articulate. Anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right. Do you think you lack articulation skills and you think you are getting nervous? Is that fair enough? Do you get nervous?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What do you think? How can we work on it? Have you ever thought of a plan to work on your nervousness and ability to articulate? Harsha? No, not yet.
Yes, ma'am. No.
Yeah. What's the plan?
I'm doing practicing in front of mirror.
Very good. All right. Great. I'll help you with few more steps along with practicing in front of the mirror. What more can you do? Okay. Hang on. Have I interacted with you guys before? Or is this the first one? First time I'm talking to you.
First
This
time.
is the first time.
First time. All right. Super. Okay. Priya, what was the feedback given to you by sir? Quickly. Priya, unmute and speak. Okay. Priya is not part of the session. All right. Next, Anuradha. Need to
Yes, sir.
improve English speaking skills and articulation. Fair enough.
Yes.
Sanu, revise domain mainly level 1 and level 2 again. Any other feedback for you, Sanu?
No,
Ma'am,
Nandita, and confident level as well.
Sorry, sir.
ma'am, I'm saying ki, this are the common comments. The respective comments are there in the level 1 soft skill and level 2 domain, right? If you go on the level 2 soft skills domain, you'll find a specific comment pertaining
I
to the
see.
soft skill.
Oh, yeah. All right.
It is only the general comments which I like to
Okay.
highlight. So
Got you.
you'll find out the comments of domain with respect to soft skill in the soft skill and domain to domain, right?
Very nice. Here it is. Varnit, this is so neatly done. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Sir, I think the student will, get a lot of benefit if you showcase this sheet with them in your next class and walk them through this so that they can see
Yeah,
these
we
scores.
will do it. Actually, we'll do it. There's a
As-
mechanism. Actually, we used to share it with governance team, and governance team will used to share it, and then we'll have a
I see.
session.
I
So
see.
that session
Okay.
will take next week once these scores are shared with everyone, right?
All right. Okay. Okay. And wow, Vansh got 4 score. Need to show more energy during interview. And he gets 4. All right. And what happens in so domain is 3.83. Vansh, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
This is good scores. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. These are the scores these are the kind of scores I'm looking for. Yes. Good. Somewhere here you lack a little bit of domain. You can still work on domain.
Yes, ma'am. But the thing is, to be very honest, I'm not getting some sort of time that I need to just use for my domain knowledge to be brushed up. So I informed the same to the sir as well during my mock. After the mock,
Okay. Are you working?
I am work. Yes, ma'am. I am working with Goldman's only.
Oh wow.
I got this from the course itself, and
Already
like my
selected. He's
working
already
hours are.
selected with GS.
Oh, nice. Congratulations. Which team?
Thank you so much.
As
ma'am.
a part of what?
si-
CIP? No.
Yes, ma'am. CIP syndicate loan.
Cool. All right. Can you share your experience with others? Have you done it? Have you done it already?
Yes, ma'am. Like I have the next 7th on 7th of August, I'll be completing my 2 months over there, and the experience is pretty nice, and like it's a bit hectic. That is it. But for anything, like it comes with a cost, and if you're looking for a head start, that is the perfect place. And I get to learn a lot from my colleagues, and they're very much supportive. And like the main thing that helped me to get over the interview was my communication skills and my basic knowledge of my CV, because they asked me questions over my CV itself, and I was a bit prepared for that.
Okay.
Like I had 2 chances for that, and in my first chance I got nervous because it was my first interview, and then I like worked a bit, and in the second round, in the second chance, and I tried to improve, and it worked out to be fruitful for me.
Okay.
So
So
that is the only
basically,
thing.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing the feedback in the class. And also, for which location you're working for? GS?
Bangalore, man.
GS Bangalore. So right now you have to come down to Bangalore if the office opens up, right?
Right.
Okay. But right now, where are you based?
Jaipur.
Right now, Jaipur. All right. Okay. Super. Okay. All right. Great. Now, these are the scores. We discussed about the scores. All right. From what I understand, most of you need to be confident, and some of you are nervous, and some of you need to work on your English skills. And yeah, confident level. So ideally, nervousness, unable to articulate, more confidence. This is what I see as a generic feedback for the entire batch. Now, this is the feedback. How do we work on the feedback? Varnit, are you sharing the probable interview questions with the students post every session?
Yeah, ma'am, we already did it before level 2 mock.
Okay.
In fact, we have specially taken 1 to 1.5 hour session where we have in fact suggestions, given suggestions with respect to CV updations also. Because some people are coming from the background where they have some kind of experience.
Yes. Yeah.
So it is often seen during the interview, they ask a lot of questions pertaining to their past jobs.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we had that session. But anyways, the students need to improve specifically with respect to articulations and nervousness. There are some students who are weak in English, so they are trying their level best to improve, but it will take time with the passage of time. So since you are aware, English is a basic language, so some people have some issues with English, so they need to work hard. They are good in Domin, but the worst part is that they're not able to communicate.
Okay. Who's your soft skill trainer, folks? For Jaipur? Do you have a dedicated soft skill trainer?
Nandita, actually, the classes are going on through online mode. So that's why we have aligned the soft skill session with Namita, who is a dairy soft skills trainer.
Is she taking classes?
No, she's only for the soft skill session.
No, but how many soft skill sessions have the students completed?
Okay, so let me check. With Namita, this batch has only 2 sessions.
Just 2 sessions for till mock 2 means that is very, very less soft skill sessions.
No, previously Varnit sir were taking care for the same part. Later on, when we had a meeting that there will be another soft skill trainer, that's why we have aligned the session with the Namita.
Okay, okay, but you know what, Sakshi, the generic observation here is in our new soft skill structure that we have come up, when till the time the student finishes till level 2, they will at least have 7 to 8 conversations with their trainer. See, with only 2 soft skills classes, how can we expect any student who are poor or who need help in communication skills, how will they be able to cope up, right?
Right.
So can we align few more soft skill classes before the students give level 3 mocks?
Yeah, sure.
And will that be Namita only?
Yes, I'll check with Namita once. Otherwise, we are also having the soft skill session with that trainer. I guess Ganesh is the one which you have suggested for other candidates as well.
Ganesh, yeah.
So is it possible if we can align the session with this batch as well?
Okay, I would like to check on that, Sakshi. Let's check that offline, okay?
Okay.
Okay, fine. All right. Okay, students. All right, now coming back to your feedback here. Nervous, unable to articulate, more confidence. Now, how do we work on this? This is how you can work on this, right? Sir has given you a list of probable interview questions. If you have it handy, the step 1 is to write down the answers. Okay, write down. Yeah, write down the answers in a book. Why am I asking the students to write down in a book? Because writing down the answers helps students retain the information better, right? And when you are trying to write down, your thoughts are more clearer, and that is how it kind of gets, that is how you can jot down your thoughts in a piece of paper. Thoughts become very clear. Only when the thoughts become clear, concepts become clear, you can write down the answers in the book. When you're unable to write down the answer in a book, it means that you're still not clear with the concept. So you now know that you're not clear with the concept. Now, step A. If you're not clear with the concept, how did you find out you're not clear with the concept? If you are unable to write down the answer in a book, if there is no free flow of thought, it means to say that you lack conceptual clarity. That is the indication. The minute you figure this out, my sincere suggestion is go back and watch the recorded sessions. Okay, watch Varnit's recorded sessions. You have to do it, right? No shortcuts. Go back, pause the recorded video and jot down. Okay, and then come back and do the step 1. Write down the answers in a book for those questions which sir feels that it is important from an interview perspective. Okay, when you do this, after that, every day, at least for half an hour, I understand you're busy, some of you are working, but what was the objective? What was the end objective of joining this course? To get a head start for your investment banking ops career. If you want to achieve that final outcome, this milestone of working sincerely should happen. So what I suggest is every day, half hour, yes, practice these questions in front of a mirror. Somebody said they already are practicing in front of a mirror. It's great, it's a great way to start. Now, why mirror? Whenever you're practicing in front of the mirror reflects the way you pace your answer, right? Whether it is very monotone, very flat pitch, or whether are you looking into the camera, how is your body language, is your shoulder slouched, are you sitting straightly, is your posture correct, right? Are you nodding your head a lot, are you using a lot of gestures, your hand movements, are you doing a lot of that? A lot of hand gestures are not okay while interview, right? And also include few soft skill related questions. Say, for example, that the first soft skill question an interviewer might ask you is walk me through your resume, or introduce yourself. Whenever there is this kind of question, the student starts myself, Nandita. Wrong way to introduce. There is never myself, Nandita. No. Okay, many students do this. Okay, how should you start your answer? Your answer should be my name is Nandita Nadik, or another way, I am Nandita Nadik. These are the only two ways. There is no concept of myself. Okay, these are the things which get, these issues are the ones that can be fine-tuned when you practice every day in front of the mirror, right? That is step 2. Step 3, ask any of your family member to ask you these questions, and you let them act as an interviewer. You give the answer, and while you're giving the answer, you record your session with your family member. Watch the videos. Okay, watch the videos and notice what are the errors you are doing. And if you are unable to figure out errors, forward that video to sir and let sir take a look at it and let him give the feedback. So this constant giving and receiving feedback during your entire CIBOP journey is what makes you stand out apart from the other students. And this is the best way to prepare yourself for an interview. And I tell you, if you do these 3 steps, there is nobody, right? There is no one who can stop you from having a good start for your investment banking ops career. But no shortcuts. You have to do this, right? When you speak in front of the mirror, it will take care of your nervousness, right? When you write down the answers, you get more conceptual clarity. When you're clear about your concepts, your articulation, it helps you in communicating better. When you communicate better, confidence is taken care of, right? English speaking skills, I understand it is a struggle for most of us, right? That is something that you have to constantly work. Please take feedback from your English faculty as well and ask them how they can improve their articulation. My best suggestion for you to improve your articulation is this: pick and speak. What is pick and speak? You make 10 chits of topics that you like, basically CIBOP topics, okay? Every day, pick one. If the chit says underwriter, for example, so you need to come up with 4 good points about underwriter, okay? Any 10 topics of your choice, make it, play a game, pick and speak, okay? And you have to pick it, speak in front of the mirror. If you're unable to speak in front of the mirror, go back to point 1, write down the answer in this book, because that is how you improve on your articulation, right? And with these small minute things, you can definitely progress better in your final mock sessions. Yeah, let me pause here and I will take questions if students have any. Please feel free to ask questions. I'm here to help. Yeah. Any questions?
Just want to ask, like, how should I cope up to keep my studies in pace along with the job?
Where do you work?
GS.
Dude, you've already got the job. What are you looking for? All I'm saying is you have to clear your certification course, isn't it?
Oh, that is it. Because actually it is on a contract basis as of now. So I was worried. So like if in case they are not in need and they
Contract is for 6 months, right?
no 4 months.
Okay, contract is for 4 months. Okay, if you're performing well in your team, then either your contract will be extended or you will be moved or you will be given a permanent employee. Don't worry. Yeah.
All
You feel
right.
that you're doing well?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, no? Don't worry. So focus on completing your certification, because having a CIBOP. So CIBOP
Sorry for the
certification,
disturbance, ma'am.
no problem. CIBOP certification has a lot of weightage on students' resume. Okay, just focus on completing the course.
All right.
Receive that certificate of excellence, right?
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
No problem. Others, Veena, Harsha, Nishtha. Hey, there are a lot of girls here. This is all women batch, except for Vansh, no, Piyush, Yogesh, Akhil. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, I have a small activity and we will do that activity.
Nandita, actually, I do have the same question which once is asked. I'm unable to cope up with my certification with my job.
Okay,
As
where
of
are you
now,
working?
I'm currently working with Genpact.
Timings?
It's 7 to 4, but ideally we are working for 7 to 7 or 8.
7 to 4. 7 to 4 in the morning?
Yeah.
7. Hey, then you have a lot
morning
of
7
time,
a.m.
no?
to 4 p.m. No, Nandita, but we are working for around 12 hours. It gets exceeded, not decreased. We have a lot of work.
Okay. All right. 2 things I can tell you, okay? I practically, all right, 2 options. 1, I worked in Goldman Sachs for 9 years in the investment banking ops and in finance division, both. And while I was working at Goldman Sachs, there was never a day where I have not put less than 14 hours of work, and without any exaggeration. And while I was, studying, while I was working, I managed to complete my MBA at IMT Ghaziabad, right? Things are tough. You know, studying plus working, it's very difficult, but it's a challenge. If you've taken up the course, take pride in this course. Okay, what is pride? Personal responsibility and in delivering excellence, PRIDE. Okay, no matter what, right? You have to take this course and deliver excellence. One, because that's what I decided to do with my MBA career, and MBA added a lot of value to my resume. And I did MBA while I was working at Goldman Sachs for 14 hours, even during weekends. Okay. Having said that, check with your manager. Managers are nice people most of the times, right? Check with your manager, tell him that you have in the next 1 month, you have an upcoming exam for something, for a certification course, and you would work your normal hours of 7 to 4. Any extended hours, you won't be able to make it, or you will be able to make it Monday. If you're working Monday to Friday, Thursday, Friday, you would want to work only till 7 to 4 strictly. And after 4, you're not available. You know, work around, speak up with your manager, ask. Until you ask, crying baby gets more milk. Remember, ask, check with your manager, check with your colleagues if they can share some work. If you keep quiet, then they will give you more work, and they don't know your side of the story, right? Check with your manager. That's the best answer.
Okay, Nandita.
Yeah, but do it. Most of the time it works. Yeah, but have
Sure,
you
we'll
spoken
try.
to your manager about it?
No, not
Does
as
he
of
know?
now.
All right,
No,
just tell him
no
that
one
you
is
are
aware.
doing a, all right, just tell him. Or is it a secret that you're not supposed to tell?
Exactly, if I'll tell about this, then it may create a negative impact upon me.
Why? Why a negative
Because
impact?
no manager wants his employee to give his concentration on something else apart from the process.
Who said? I have been a manager for 9 years. No, I would love when my employee would come to me that, Nandita, I want to do this course. Can you fund me? I said, of course I can fund you. Come on. Because a manager wants an employee, you know, who is upskilling himself. And don't worry, don't have all this wrong notions. If your manager
All right,
asks,
let me try.
yeah, come back to me.
Because it depends upon person to person.
No, your manager is nice. Right up.
Okay.
Okay. Right here. I want to know what happened after you speak to your manager. This is my email ID. Okay.
Sure, Nandita.
All right. Tell him what is the final outcome of this course, please. And note, and the final outcome of this course, you are going to tell your manager is knowledge upskilling. And what is your job role at Genpact?
I'm currently working as a process developer.
So, okay, process developer. You know what you do? Just tell him that you want to upskill your knowledge and how CIBOP will add value. Okay, how CIBOP will add value to your current profile. Does it add value?
Obviously.
Okay, then I would love to have a chap who, you know, who wants to study, wants to upskill, and how that specific upskilling is going to help, you know, help you in your current job profile. Because if you do well, then manager's job is half done, isn't it? Right. All right. Talk to him. Let me know.
Sure.
Okay. Cool. Others, do you have any questions? All right. No questions. Great. I have a small activity for the students here. This is a crossword puzzle for the students. And let's see how good you are in your level 2. Okay. Because you've just completed your level 2 mocks. Anybody can answer. I'm not going to point everybody and answer. Anybody can answer. Right. First question. Measure of performance of funds for across. Yes. 4 across. Here. It's a 3-lettered abbreviation. asset management class?
YTM.
Yield to maturity funds. Okay, mutual funds. Measure of performance of mutual funds.
NAV.
Yes. All right. Who was it? Piyush.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Piyush. In an interview, if somebody asks you, what do you understand by NAV? Give me the formula and importance of NAV. If this is the question, what do you answer? What will
Sorry,
be your
ma'am, I was
answer?
not able to hear you, ma'am.
No, my question is, what do you understand by NAV and can you give its formula?
Net asset values formula is value of assets minus value of liabilities minus number divided by number of shares outstanding.
All right. Okay. What is the importance of calculating NAV? Why do fund houses calculate NAV on a daily basis?
It is basically an indicator for how a fund is performing and should you invest in it or not.
All right. Fair enough. Good. Next question. Institutions responsible for trade settlement. Which is the institution which is responsible for trade settlement? Okay. Another hint. This institution also takes care of the trade life cycle, entire trade life cycle, clearing and settlement for their clients.
National Stock Exchange.
No.
NSCCL.
National Clearing Corporation Limited. No. All right, I'll give you an example, okay? There is an asset management company called PIMCO, the largest in the US, okay? PIMCO wants to buy 5 million worth shares of Google. All right, they ring up their agent or their broker, but PIMCO's accounts, that is Nostro account and Depot account, that is cash account and stock account, is managed by this entity or this institution. Which institution is that? Come on, come on, come on. Starts with the letter C.
Custodian?
Yes, custodian, of course. Haven't you heard of custodian?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the job of custodian then? To take care of clients' assets, both cash and stock. So here what happens, let's continue the story. PIMCO wants to buy 5 million shares of Google. It will alert its custodian saying that, hey, listen, I have put in a buy order of 5 million shares. Please ensure that my cash account is funded and also ensure that on T+2, my stock account, that is my depot account, is credited with these number of stocks. And that is once the custodian receives this instruction from PIMCO, that is when the custodian works with the broker or the agent here to ensure that the trade gets settled. So the institution which is responsible for trade settlement for his client ideally is the custodian. Am I clear? Any doubts?
No, Nandita.
No. All right. Moving on. 8th question. Electronic instruction transmission mechanism. 8. If PIMCO has, how will PIMCO communicate to its custodian bank that they have executed a buy order in the market? How do they communicate? Through post, through fax? Or is there a better mechanism? Huh?
Routers?
No, it needs to be, the messages should be sent very, very safely and securely.
Via codes.
Swift?
Yes, Swift. Wire codes, yes, Swift. Swift stands for? What is the full form of Swift?
Society of Worldwide.
Society,
Yeah, go
Mhm.
on. Go on. Go on.
World Interbank Financial Telecommunication.
Very nice. All right. That it is SWIFT. Great. Next, ninth question. Repository of information maintained by all financial institutions. What is it called? Nine. It's an abbreviation again. An investment bank holds the data of products, timings, collaterals, ISDA documents, clients, ISIN numbers, everything related to products, clients, everything here. Which application? Huh? Who do you remember? This was the first few chapters in your level 2.
RDM.
Yes, it is RDM, reference data management, or metadata. It's also called sometimes as metadata management, MDM. So RDM is a place or the backend application where investment bank ops store all the data relating to the products, accounts, counterparties, rules, regulations, everything is stored in RDM. Next, don't do business with this entire country. This comes in your anti-money laundering. Say, for example, North Korea. North Korea is not allowed to do business with any country because
Sanctions.
yes, sanctions. What kind of sanctions?
So
Industry,
there are
economic.
different financial. There are different kind of sanctions.
Which one? 11 across. Look here.
Comprehensive.
No. It's called as economic sanctions. North Korea is under severe economic sanctions where their entire economy, is not supposed to interact with any other country. Okay, that is economic sanctions. You have something called as industry sanctions where you do business with that country, but you don't do business with specific industries within that country. Say, for example, India does not deal with anything related to arms and ammunitions with Bangladesh or Pakistan. Okay, so that is the industry sanction part, right? But here, when an entire country is cut out from doing business, it means they are under economic sanctions. Next one. Our bank account in another country and in foreign currency. What is it called?
Nostro account.
Nostro.
Wow. All right. Yes, it is Nostro. Next, one down. Adding economic and non-economic details of the trade.
Trade
Enrichment.
Yes, trade enrichment. Yes. Second one, money obtained from illicit activities. 2 down.
Money laundering.
Yeah, money laundering. Good. Matching of trade details between in IB, investment bank, and institutional client. What is it called?
Reconciliation.
reconciliation,
No. No. Reconciliation is checking or reconciling if there are any differences.
Trade capturing.
trade verification,
No. Hold on. What is trade capturing? You just capture your side of the trade, right? No?
Validation.
What happens in validation? Trade validation is an internal check whether the trade details what your team has input satisfies the criteria set up in the MDM, metadata management, or RDM. It's a one final check before the trade goes out to the world. So it's not. Matching of trade details between IB and institutional client ideally is called as trade matching and followed by your trade affirmation. Yes, trade affirmation. If instead of an institutional client, if this question had this, matching of trade details between two investment banks, then your answer would have been trade confirmation. Okay, but what does this question say? The question says that matching trade details between IB and institutional client, your answer will be trade affirmation. What is the meaning of affirmation? The word affirmation? Do you know? Anybody? No? Yes, no, maybe?
Ma'am, in general, it's like verifying the existence of something, like if it is true or not.
No. Look here. You have an investment bank, Morgan Stanley, and you have PIMCO. All right. Now, PIMCO is a cash-rich institution. They bought 5 million, okay, Google shares. Now, Morgan Stanley is the STO. STO means Securities Trading Organization, who entered into a sell, yeah, of the same quantity, right? One buys this, one sells. Please note, Morgan Stanley is not only the counterparty, okay, CP, not only the counterparty for PIMCO, but PIMCO is Morgan Stanley's client as well. Do you understand? And so Morgan Stanley has an SLA, service level agreement. Morgan Stanley says, PIMCO, don't worry, I will be your counterparty, and I will ensure that all details, confirmations, instructions related to trade life cycle, I will, take care on your behalf. Yes. Why? Because Morgan Stanley's client is PIMCO, and PIMCO is paying MS for the services that MS is providing. So here, what happens throughout trade life cycle, throughout TLC, PIMCO remains passive. Okay. So during trade matching step, okay, during trade matching, what happens? Morgan Stanley is there. They put in their side of trade details. They key in their side of trade details. PIMCO is there. PIMCO, they will share their side of trade details to Morgan Stanley. Okay, basically trade sheet. What Morgan Stanley does is they will collect PIMCO's trade side details and will key in the details within a matching facility. Matching facility means there will be an application. For example, the true application, real-time application is called as DTCC OMGO Central Trade Manager. DTCC, I'm sure you've heard, DTCC is a clearing and settlement house for US securities. Okay, within DTCC, you have something called as an OMGO Central Trade Manager. It's an application where Morgan Stanley will put their side of the data and will also key in PIMCO side of the data. What OMGO CTM will do is they will cross-check line by line details of Morgan Stanley's data and PIMCO data. So if the data on both sides matches, OMGO CTM throws up an alert saying that trade has achieved MAGR status. MAGR status means match agreed status. Okay. When the application says both of you have put in your side of the data, I have matched it and the trade seems to be matched, Morgan Stanley will issue a confirmation. Okay. This confirmation will go to PIMCO. What PIMCO will have to do is PIMCO will simply have to affirm. Affirm, the meaning of the terminology affirm means whether I agree or I disagree. You understand? Morgan Stanley issues a confirmation to which PIMCO has to affirm. That is called as trade affirmation, where PIMCO will say, PIMCO will check the confirmation issued by Morgan Stanley and will have to simply go back to MS saying that either I agree to the confirmation received or I disagree to the confirmation received. This specific step is called as trade affirmation. You understand? Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? All right. Now, if it was not PIMCO, but it was Goldman Sachs, then there is no SLA or there is no client that is involved. This is one bank versus another bank. Then there is no concept of affirmation at all. There is no trade affirmation. Why? Because both of them will put in their key details to OMG or CTM and will take a look at the and will issue confirmation, right? So there is no question of affirming the trade there. Okay, quickly moving on. Deposit the money in other people's account. This is a part of the money laundering process. What is it called? Do you know? If you want to hide your illicit money, you deposit smaller quantity of money in different people's account.
Splitting.
Placement of funds.
Layering, it is called.
Layering. Yes.
Within layering, what it is called, you know? It's called as smurfing. Okay, what is it called? Smurfing. When you deposit money in other people's account, it's a part of layering. Definite terminology is called as smurfing. Okay. Next question. Part of the IMA document which specifies collateral requirements. ISDA. Within ISDA, this specific document defines collateral requirements. Which document is it?
Credit annexure.
Full name.
Credit support and
Credit
CSA.
support.
Yes.
CSA.
Yes, credit support annex. Okay. All right, good. Next, last one. Corporate action aimed at increasing liquidity of the stock. Which corporate action?
Stock split.
Yes,
Stock
absolutely. Yes, that's right. Stock split. All right. That's all I had. Did you like this activity?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Super. This is a one. Activities like this are also a very fun way of learning, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. That's all I had. If you have any questions, I would like to answer those questions. Otherwise, I would like to take leave. So you guys have to promise before I leave that you will follow these 4 steps. Where is that? These 4 steps. Yeah, these 3 steps here. Will you follow it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Yes, ma'am.
If you follow it and if you're seeing some good progress and if you get through any interview by following this process, you will write to me
Yes,
saying
ma'am.
that, yes?
Sure, ma'am.
Sure, Nandita.
All right. And that person who is, you know, neck deep at work and not finding time, I forgot your name, check with your
It's Shanu.
manager. Yes,
Sure.
check with your manager, okay? Write to me. All right. That's all I had. Varnit, thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your session. I really enjoyed. I thoroughly enjoyed. And I wish you and your team all the best.
Any feedbacks for the batch, ma'am? Before you leave, any feedback for the students? How was the batch?
This batch seems to be okay, Varnit. If they looks like the students do know, I mean, they do have a fair idea about their domain. My worry is if I showcase them in front of the client, you know, how well they will be able to represent their answer, right?
Yeah, the
That is,
articulation is an,
yes,
to
the
some extent is an
articulation.
issue. But anyways, they are working hard, so I think they'll be able to do it. So let's see with our positive remarks that everybody will be able to improve the same, and let's expect them they do better with respect to articulation.
Okay.
That's I think that's a common problem with most of the people. That
absolutely.
articulation to some extent is a common problem.
Yeah, and it's okay, right? So how long do they have, how much time do they have before their final mocks?
I think not more than 15 years, because we are already on regulation environment, which is the last module of the level 3.
Okay.
EML KYC have already been covered up, so just regulation environment is going on, right?
Okay. So what we will do is, Varnit, let them have at least 2 or 3 sessions of soft skills, and then have their final mocks.
We'll give them sufficient time. We will give them sufficient time, and then we'll put up our revision sessions, and then subsequently they'll be able to. Because what I was just seeing the activities, like especially they were not able to recall affirmation. They'll be able to recall affirmation only if you say it's OTC. Then they'll be able to recall. So that's if you add the word OTC, they'll definitely be able to answer it. Otherwise, it's like they're thinking from the OTC. They're thinking from the exchange traded and OTC. If you add the word OTC, then they're able to reform.
Surely. Yes, Varnit. So you're a part of, no problem. You're part of their WhatsApp group as well, right? They have created a WhatsApp group for you.
Yeah.
All right, students. So, practice a lot. Those who have missed out on certain classes, go back and watch videos. That's the only way of practicing. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I wish you all the best, and keep me posted. If you need any help, Varnit is around. I'm also around. I have already shared my email ID. Write to me. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Varnit, I'll take
Thank
leave.
you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
So guys, all the best, and we'll connect on next Saturday. We will have a proper session regarding your scores. So